That's the moment you realize I feel like an imposter to them. I feel like I don't belong to them. That's the point where I'm like, okay, things are not going okay. We kind of need to go back to the drawing board. We rehash, we structure, we attack.
I got that reference. Yeah, I understood that one. We conquer.
We conquer.
Yeah, tunakumak.
Tumekumak.
Tuna restructure. Interesting. Shout out to 3-man army. And what was that babe's called?
I have no idea.
King Kalala.
King Kalala. Oh, nimekumak. Nitakupata na nitaku.
Medmic.ke.
Hey guys, and welcome to Medmic.ke podcast. My name is Kiprotich Kiplagat, and I'll be one of the hosts for this episode. I'm here with
Jamin Joroge, aka JG, the real G.
And Jesse, aka Jace.
very nice. Yeah, I just want to know like how your week has been in general, and like what's something interesting that you've watched or seen like recently.
I started watching House recently, so it's an interesting show, very old, but I'm really getting into it. I didn't understand the hype around it until I started watching it, so that's amazing. Otherwise, my week has been okay. The discovery of House has been a really nice experience.
Built you up, yeah?
Yo, Mike G, we're not going to start like that, by the way. Hini nini.
He's giving you constructive criticism.
Oh, guys. Okay, yeah, it's going to be that sort of podcast, guys. We're going to do this. Expect more.
Yeah, so, okay, I guess my week's been okay. Just started a new semester. I got back in my anime bug. So I went back to trying to finish Black Clover. I'm like left with about 70 episodes. It's 70. Trust me, there's worse. There's like One Piece with like 1,000. I'm not even gonna step into that one. Yeah.
The anime, brother.
Yeah, the anime. Well, yeah, I'm a weeb like that. So yeah.
Oh, you're a weeb, like.
I am a weeb like
You're
that.
a break.
Yeah.
So you guys are such a bunch of nerds. My goodness.
What did you expect, fam?
No, but that I guess the anime is pretty interesting. But I've tried something new this week. I've started watching the live action for Avatar, The Last Airbender.
Nice.
Yeah, as you can tell, there's mixed reactions about it already.
I haven't watched it yet, just saying.
Really?
I'll probably join him afterwards.
Yeah, I mean, if you watch the original show, then it's not so bad.
Huh.
Yeah, it's not.
I watched the original show.
And what do you think?
Why did they do that to Azula?
Honestly, I feel like there's a lot of pressure. But, live actions never live up to animations. But this one does a pretty good job.
What did they do to Azula? No,
Don't worry.
We're not going to go there.
Yeah, don't worry.
Spoilers, yeah?
No spoilers.
Yeah, but my week has been okay. And, like this week, I just wanted to talk about imposter syndrome. Yeah, that's the focus of this episode. Maybe you could tell us like what your general idea of imposter syndrome is.
Someone among us?
I know what you're thinking. You heard imposter syndrome. You're like, imposter syndrome? What is that? But
Ew.
oh, ew, brother, ew.
What is that?
But generally, if I just use a story to explain imposter syndrome, somebody would say Among Us, where you don't belong, and that's basically what it is. It's your brain telling you, brother, it seems like we're not in the right crowd, brother.
We don't have the facilities.
We're not in the right place, brother.
You ain't got the facilities for that.
We lack
that
the
big man.
capacity, brother.
Yeah.
We don't have the
We
capacity.
don't have the capacity.
Something's wrong. Something here is wrong. Yeah, so I think that's generally what I describe imposter syndrome as. I don't know about you, Jimmy, honestly.
More or less the same. Imposter, you're thinking that you're something, you're not up to the task for something. So basically, you're just telling yourself every time that you can't do it. You just can't do it. You can't. Yeah, in a nutshell. That's my definition. I don't know what you think, Kip.
No, yeah, I completely agree with you guys that it's that feeling that you don't belong or you don't have what it takes to be somewhere, or that you're the fake guy, like literally like that game Among Us that guys used to play. Instead of now you being the killer who's trying to kill everyone, you feel like everyone else is the killer and they're gonna find you instead.
Ooh.
So yeah, there's that pressure that you're just like, what if these guys realize I'm a fraud I'm not supposed to be here.
So you're a bootleg my cross.
Exactly.
Oh, okay. I'm floating. Who is my cross, guys?
Come on, go watch Suits.
Oh, I
Go
don't
watch
think
You
that's
wanted to be a
suitable to
lawyer
me.
at
Yeah,
some point,
go watch
Go watch
Suits.
Suits.
Okay, so guys.
It's like House, but for lawyers.
Yes.
Huh.
Yeah.
Noted.
Yeah.
I'll look for it.
You should.
Same page now.
Yes, we are now on the same page.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's suitable.
Yeah. So
Cricket. Skrr. Okay.
it's okay. It'll land. The joke will land.
Yeah?
Yeah. Out of the loop. Yeah. So I think just generally, like coming from the point of view that imposter syndrome is about not belonging somewhere or feeling like you aren't where you're supposed to be. Do you guys have any like personal experiences or any situations where you had imposter syndrome or you felt like you didn't belong there?
Let me tell you mine. Niko na story. Anyway,
Somebody get the tea.
yeah.
We're ready. We're
Ready.
Easy chai lakini guys, it's I've realized I've overhyped it a bit.
We're here for it.
We're
So,
here for it.
I hope the delivery will meet the hype. But anyway, so in first year, I mentioned that I wanted to be a lawyer before. So when I got in, and I found that I was with all these smart people, first I didn't think I was good enough for medicine. And then afterwards, I sort of settled in medicine, set a few goals, got into a certain degree. And then when I was in that degree, it's an intercalated course called BSc Anatomy, you've probably heard of it, kidogo. I also felt like I was inadequate for that as well. I thought I'd sneaked in to it. Guys were getting 90s in anatomy. I was getting 80s, 70s. Okay, yes, they're quite high.
But
I know.
distinction in distinction, bro.
I know, distinction is distinction. But in my head, I was like,
if 80 is
this
low
was-
for you, utaka swingine tupate
Ulikuwa unataka
nini
tupate
wewe?
nini?
chiki, pole man, Sio, acha niongee.
If you're the imposter, now us.
Anyway, but I felt
getting
like it was a
imposter syndrome
bootleg
right now.
distinction.
Yeah, you're getting imposter right now.
But I didn't think I was good enough for that, especially since someone else who I thought was much smarter than I was didn't get the opportunity to do it, but I was selected instead. So it never made sense for me for that to happen. And all I had to do was just live with it every day. And I remember I talked to my friend about it, and I was like, "Yo, I feel like I'm not adequate for this." And you know what she told me? She told me, "The biggest enemy of your progress is yourself. I will never tell you that you're adequate for this if you tell yourself different." Imagine,
Bars.
mi nimeendea comfort, afu mtu ananigonga na sense. As in, hata it makes sense.
Get serious.
Get serious. Slap with reality. So now I just had to, like suck it up and be like, you know what? I'm in this situation. I have to deal with it. So that was my short experience. Maybe, just any experiences?
Mine started before I joined med school. Yeah. Yeah.
I wonder.
I know it doesn't make sense, but let me just explain, yeah? Let me just set it up. So I did my KCSE and I got my grade, but my cutoff didn't meet medicine. It met pharmacy.
Oh.
So I got called to pharmacy. But my mom and a part of me wanted to do medicine. But the other part that read the realist, I guess the super ego in this case, read the paper with the pharmacy letter and was like, okay, what if I didn't get into medicine because I'm not meant to, or I'm not able to handle it, So it really started there.
Yeah.
But then my mom convinced me to just apply for parallel for medicine. So I decided, you know what, just to make her chill because she won't push me, she won't stop pushing me.
Just
I'll apply.
Yeah.
And I did. Then my letter for medicine came in. So I had two.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I had two. I know it sounds very privileged, and honestly, I'm very grateful for the opportunity to have two choices of really good courses.
Yeah.
So I had those two, and I was looking at it, I was like, I have pharmacy that I was called to, that I passed into. I naturally passed into.
Straight entry.
Straight
direct.
entry. So,
Direct.
yeah, so it meant that in my head, I was telling myself, if I do this that I was called into, it's probably because I'll be able to handle it. But there's this other thing that I kind of snuck in. I feel like I kind of snuck in.
Yeah.
So maybe I'm just not going to be able to handle it. So that's where my imposter syndrome started. It started way before I got in. So even when I made the decision to choose medicine, a huge part of me was like, blood, you are going to regret this. But I mean, we're here, so.
Word.
I get that. I get that completely. Because for me as well, the story was in first year, and I think anatomy it has a special place in my heart because it's made me grow so much in med school. I remember in first year.
A special plate.
Yeah, special place.
Oh, Njili Kukula.
I thought I was about to say that.
I know.
I was like, damn, he was cooked.
I know.
Hey,
sorry, please proceed.
Hey, crazy. Nakuja kumwaga roho nyotu nani?
It's a safe space.
It's all that safe.
You're cooking me. Yeah? But anyway, in first year, we just finished lower limb and we were going to upper limb. And I was starting to enjoy it. I didn't realize that was only the beginning because I was still in that excitement for, hey, you're in med school, you're learning, you're seeing things. And then we started having discussions with my classmates. And guys would be saying, okay, now let's set for ourselves questions. Let's see what you can answer without looking up anything. You know, what wamesoma letters, guys read Grace. Can you imagine? Grace is a huge book.
I know.
It's huge.
For sure.
Is a perfect description of what that book is.
Yeah,
It just saps the life out of you. You're left grey.
You're left grey.
Guys,
The
kwani
cadavers.
Joanna Robbins
Please.
na Davidsons.
I scared.
Some of those names keep me up at night.
Hey man,
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, so of course we have that impromptu question session, and they're like, "Hey, what are the contents of the quadrangular space?" Minkopa content 0.
Ooh.
We're moving on. What's this muscle that's innervated by what? Next, yeah, as you can see, this plexus just gives off all these branches. Minko content 0.
Damn.
So at that point, I started asking myself, "Are you serious right now? Are you supposed to be in med school, ama you came to play around?" Because these guys clearly are not on the same level as you.
Ooh.
And then to make it worse, there are guys who are getting girlfriends because they knew so much. So for them, the way walikuwa nakatia watu is they have content. Wanakuja tu wana discharge.
You were not him.
Hey, I
You
was
were just
not
here.
that guy.
You were
Hey,
not
man.
that guy, fam.
Not that guy.
I can
was not that
relate
guy.
so hard to that, by the way.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it was actually pretty serious, and that was like the first instance. So reality check hit me, and I had to make a shift in what I was doing. So what I started doing was I started spending nights in the library. Whether those nights were productive or not, I'm not sure.
Oh no.
But
Damn.
yeah, it was. I had to like give myself a small reality check after that. Yeah, but it's so interesting because I was being told that statistically, med students, between 20 to 60% of med students experience imposter syndrome during their stay in med school. So I feel like the fact that it's not just me who's gone through that, it's not just you, Jimmy, or you, Jesse, is pretty significant. But yeah, what I'm also wondering is, how do you recognize when you are having an episode of imposter syndrome? How do you know?
Well, interesting. First, hiyo 20 to 60%. Hey man, umetugonga na content, my lord.
Bana.
Who sent me that paper?
Research paper writing?
We need that research.
I know, right? Yeah, we need
You
a
leveled up for
researcher.
real.
We need a researcher. Anyway, how do I identify imposter syndrome? It's usually when you start feeling inadequate. You know, all of us started with a question. Am I serious? Should I be here? What am I doing? Is what I'm doing enough? Such questions. You're starting to doubt your own abilities. All those questions seem to be doubting your ability in truth. So that's my take on how to identify imposter syndrome. Jace, what do you think?
I think how I'd identify that I'm feeling like an imposter is the moment you start questioning whether you should hang around the certain people, like your friends. You know how you're around your friends, and at that time they're not experiencing imposter syndrome. They're very locked in. They're ready to go. They're revved up.
Or it seems like that.
Or it seems like it. Probably they're just really good at hiding it.
Yeah.
But for you, you're dying inside. Your inner child is like, Lord, my Lord,
I can't do it.
You know?
My lord.
My
I
Lord.
wonder.
So the moment you realize, you notice, you're asking yourself whether I should be hanging around these guys anymore. That's the moment you realize, I feel like an imposter to them. I feel like I don't belong to them. That's the point where I'm like, okay, things are not going okay. We kind of need to go back to the drawing board. We rehash, we structure, we attack.
Mm-hmm.
I got that reference. Yeah, I understood that one. We conquer.
We conquer.
Tunakumark. Yeah, tunakumark.
Tumekumark.
Tuna restructure. Interesting. Shout out to 3-Man Army. And what was that babe's called?
I have no
Kalala.
idea.
King Kalala.
King Kalala.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's King
nimekumark.
Kalala, come on.
Nitakupata na nitaku.
Structure.
We plan, we attack,
We are rated.
conquer.
We are rated PG, guys. We are rated PG.
But yeah, speaking of restructuring, attacking, conquering, what are your coping mechanisms for like when you get imposter syndrome? Like how do you deal with it? Do you reach out to people? Like what do you do?
I reach out to people a lot,
Excellent.
and then nagongo na reality.
Everybody just telling you, stop it. Get some help.
Get some help. I know. It's like telling a depressed person, where you're depressed, just be happy.
Man, it's so easy.
You get cyberbullied.
You're in med school, bro. You're in med school, bro. You're smart. Why do you feel like you're not meant to be here? You know, that stuff. So I do talk to people a lot. Sometimes it's just realizing it's an illusion. Or sometimes you realize it's an illusion, so you just decide to just do it, man. You know, shout out to Nike. Just do it.
Just do it.
Just do it, man. Like, you feel like that you're not doing enough for that exam. Ingia exam, man. What's the worst that could happen?
Kifua.
Nakifua. Chase.
Like a warrior.
Confidence.
Like a warrior.
Exactly. Yeah? It's all about confidence.
Real,
Confidence, man. But also, it's important, especially for us guys. Yeah. The whole aspect of self motivation, self-affirmation to some extent. Of course, I won't necessarily go to a mirror and be like, I am strong, I am powerful.
But I thought, yo, kitu ya CG, affirmations, you are enough, you are nini.
I
So
am
ni za
what?
mama bana.
I know.
It sounds very feminine.
Guys.
It sounds very feminine. I'm not going to lie.
It sounds feminine, but
in a work,
acha nionge, it works.
nasema hivi.
You putting us on, yeah? This women been holding secrets.
Mnanivamia guys. Lazima ujiaform. Unaenda hapo, brother, I can do it. Utamake.
Weni bazoo.
Weni bazoo. Ahu. Zobu, the lion is
bro.
here. Kabisa, bro. You know, sometimes.
Yeah.
And audacity. Lots of
Hey,
audacity.
truth.
Yeah.
Audacity?
Yeah.
Hey, muhimu sana.
Exactly. So audacity. I have a friend who says it's literally his slogan. Audacity will lead us home. And that guy is achieving some crazy things, man.
Yeah.
If you think you know him, but you don't.
Yeah.
This is for the listener.
Okay.
Yeah, the one who hears let them
Tunafaa
hear.
kuja ongee.
Yeah, nafaa kumu-invite, yeah?
To pay points.
Yeah, but he's doing some crazy things, man. So audacity, yeah, to some extent.
No, I relate to that because I think one thing I notice is that med students like to complain. So when you give them spaces where they can come and complain together, you just see the bonding, they get
Yeah.
happy, and it's like, we're sharing problems in common.
I know, right?
Yeah, and it's so interesting because everyone's perspective is so unique. I remember this one friend of mine, she started off in dentistry, actually. And she was sure that's what she wanted to do. She was just like, yeah, I'm coming to do this. But as things went on, alikuwa nasoma, and she was like, no, I feel like medicine is where it's at. So eventually she asked for interfaculty, I think that's what it's called, an interfaculty transfer. Had to go for a board, they had to review her and all her examinations. But eventually she got into medicine, and I think it was for the better because she's been making strides since then.
Wonderful.
Yeah, so audacity, confidence,
Just
you.
do it, man.
Just do it.
Just do it, man.
I see that. But I feel like it's also important, like, take a step back. Because I feel like most of the time when you're really getting imposter syndrome, it's because you're overwhelmed. Like you're not ready, or you don't. Your mental capacity isn't ready or isn't prepped for whatever workload is before you.
Yeah.
So when all that pressure and everything builds up, it gets to a boiling point where you feel, hey, maybe I should tap out. Maybe I should chuck and chicken out and go something where I feel this is gonna be so much easier. I'm not gonna have the struggle and stress. So I think it's just important to take a step back and kind of see the world in third person. Realize that it's not just you. Because
you take a look at the bigger picture.
Yeah.
Bigger picture.
Yeah, it's a bigger picture,
It's not anatomy, it's for the patient.
Exactly.
Yeah, because a lot of people end up getting tunnel vision, where it's just them and it's just their problems and they're completely alone.
Yeah.
And you feel like it's just you that's going through that. But in the real sense, just as the statistics show, half of all the med students in that lab or in that class or in that exam room are all feeling that they shouldn't be there. And if there are 50 imposters, then none of you are really imposters.
True.
Huh.
True. That's a very interesting point.
Hey, yo, kitu ni deep.
Yeah.
Hey, yo,
Umse knowledge jamaa kunayo.
I know.
Wow.
Hey, hatuko keen kwa darasa bana.
Please, humble.
Chill. Inaweza kuwa ni kitu hatuna bro. Share that number.
Kwani hauna hiyo?
Share
Kwani
that
hauna hiyo?
number.
I just need to get a little bit high, you know?
You need that connect.
Need
Yeah.
that connect.
Yeah, you need that higher connection.
But because I was also saying that I really get that, yeah, for sure. But like also in terms of like coping mechanisms, I think seeking professional help is also really good. Like I don't know, I think guys these days people are now doing therapy a lot more, yeah. Yeah, for
True,
sure. If
true.
you have any, there are very many toll-free lines,
Yeah.
people you can talk to, therapists, professional.
The notion that therapy is not for men needs to like kind of get diluted.
Yeah.
We need to talk to people. It's
Oh,
the
but
real
when I
thing.
say it yangu ni ya mama. You guys,
Eh,
you guys
You
double,
sexist,
double
nigga.
standards. Nikisema self-affirmation mna
Affirmation ya
Unasema
mama,
ni
like,
ya
Come
mama,
on,
lakini
we're trying to get
therapy ya
better.
kila
Kwani
mtu.
ujui
Mwache hizo.
soft era.
Wewe mwache hizo bana. Mkona
Please,
siasa.
per.
Mkona we hizi ni nini?
what are these?
Sorry.
Anyway.
Yeah, but seeking professional help, like going for therapy, I think really helps out quite a bit. In fact, we even have a script director over here, Madaga. What do you have to say about imposter syndrome?
Madaga.
You know, I'm just surprised, given that we are all men as hosts. And you see, I was taking a look at some of the statistics, and I saw something like it's supposed to be women who feel as imposters.
Hey,
but-
Abu, say that again.
guys. I just realized something.
Guys, what is happening to our men?
Yeah, but
No. You see, I just realized something. Him saying that makes us directly calls us women.
because you have imposter syndrome.
Because we have imposter syndrome. What we try,
That's
I feel like it's not
crazy.
gender. It's not gender for that.
Kwani sisi ni wanawake?
You see, men used to go to war.
Man used to go.
My Roman Empire is the war.
But the thing about seeking help, I think that is really imperative. You have to be able to speak out to somebody. And like just said, when you realize that all of you are imposters, then probably none of you is an imposter. So to have a friend who can connect to the same, because probably the thing is you are not aware that somebody else is going through the same thing. So speak to a friend, reach out to somebody and tell him that I have a feeling and that this so and so is happening in my life. And they will be like, oh, you mean you're feeling that way? I've also been feeling that way.
Yeah.
And so you'll have somebody to walk with. And to say some important thing about that journey is not that every time you will feel left out. At some point you'll have somebody to talk to.
Yeah.
And then when that person also needs somebody, they will also have you at that point, because it's not every time that you'll always feel at your low moments.
That's
like
true.
It's not every time that you expect to feel as if you are not meant to be there.
Yeah.
Then-
I feel like he did spit says, you know,
Yeah.
wise words right there from the man whose words cut deep.
Madaga.
Dagger.
That's why I call him Madaga.
Yeah. Well, I know we've shouted out Nike a lot saying just do it, but you don't have to do it alone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get some help.
Yeah,
Get some
help.
Yeah.
Like ikikushinda bana, imeshinda mtu mmoja, haitashinda watu 10. Just get some help.
True.
Yeah, but hiyo part ya sasa mimi nimekuwa nikifeel like I'm not meant to be here every day. Damn.
Yeah, nigga, maybe
It
you
means I'm not
aren't.
meant to be here. I wonder.
Hey, una shout.
It's been 5 years, guys.
You know? Maybe it's time to tap out. You're gonna be good.
I just give you this medication for you. What, twice daily.
And we write the same way we speak. It's crazy.
Yeah. So guys, if you are seeking professional help, there's avenues that are available to you. In Chiromo, at the Confucius Institute, there's offices that are for students specifically to deal with their mental health. On Arboretum Drive, once you get there, the administration will be able to direct you. And in Kenyatta as well, I'm sure there's somewhere, yeah?
Yeah, close to the library, yeah. But in case you're not sure where to go exactly, please ensure you pass by the administrative offices, pass by the dean's office, ask around. They'll be sure to direct you to the right place in KNH.
Yeah, and for all those that probably don't know how to get to those locations, because I know there are a bunch of first years that are just joining that probably don't even know where Arboretum Drive is, talk to your mentor. We all got assigned to mentors, and these are people and these are students just like you that have been through this and have been at those exact stages, and they know, they understand and relate to how it goes. So talk to them, use them as your therapist. I mean, that's what we're here for. We're all learning to care for people. So yeah, look after each other, talk to each other, and be each other's therapist, and talk to your mentor. Yeah.
Yeah, and in fact, in terms of mentorship, I know there's some departments that make it a point to actually give you those avenues. Like I know for the pediatric department, they ensure that they follow up with students. So they have sessions where you can talk to doctors who work in there, or like you bring it up to one of your class reps who is able to take it up with one of the doctors, and they can work with you in whatever stage you're at, whether you're struggling or whether you feel like you might have a change of heart. There's some very well-meaning doctors who work in those departments who are ready and available to help. So for all our listeners out there, if you feel like you can relate and you want to tell us your story as well, please feel free to come and share on our social platforms on Instagram and Twitter at Medmic.ke. And tell us your story. Yeah, we want to hear if it's the same as ours, if it's different, how you handled it and how it affected your life in med school. And also, please go ahead and check out Lid Nerd Letters. We'll plug it in a link in the description. And share your story and connect as we talk about our medical experiences. Yeah. And to give thanks to my fellow hosts.
Thanks, guys, for being here. For all those in the comments on Twitter, share your story. You may help somebody, so make sure we leave no medic behind.
Yeah. Remember, you are not alone.
You are not alone.
You are not alone.
Anyway, we're not Liverpool.
Yeah, thanks, everyone.
Sasa, guys, have a great week ahead, and thank you so much for listening.
Medmic.ke.